What were you doing around the millennium?
I was heavily involved in the millennium. I won't say I brought it about. I'm not going to make that claim. That'd be ridiculous.
That would be ridiculous. But what are you claiming?
Well, actually, if you're asking... Are you asking?
I'm asking.
I thought you were. Our daughter was born just a few months before, and so our plan to celebrate the millennium was to go to bed early and get a good night's sleep. She was only a few months old, and so she kept us up, and so we watched the fireworks on the television. We had televisions in those days.
Yes. And so you feel...
It was the 2000s.
Yes. It was very, very early 2000. The millennium was so early in the 2000s.
It was one of the first things to happen, I think, wasn't it?
I think it was. Roll the joke.
I've got a problem. I've got a problem with magic mushrooms. I discovered this problem when I was in Castle Park. A friend came up to me and said, Omari, I think you've got a problem. He then picked up some bread and flew away.
Right.
Yeah.
It's quite negative language, isn't it? It's all about a problem.
Mm.
What if instead of a problem, you like magic mushrooms?
Mm.
Be positive about it, and then the audience can sort of come in and say, "This is nice."
Meet you on my level.
I like magic mushrooms. I had a friend, and he also, I don't understand the bread thing. But if he also liked magic mushrooms, then you could connect, and maybe there could be some common ground.
Mm.
Well, the whole thing is that he's not there. He's not real.
Well, how are you talking to him?
Yes. You need to make sure there aren't little plot holes, otherwise the audience they'll pick up on that straight away. Could you, how about if you gave it a little bit of a tweak and you said, a friend said to me, you've got a problem with magic mushrooms, but you look like a fun guy.
Now that is good.
Do you think?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, have you got a notepad? You should write that down, really, because that is the sort of thing that we would. That's very good.
Thank you.
Did you come up with that yourself? Is that something that you?
I didn't.
No.
I didn't.
That's okay. You can still use it.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Omari, he needs all the help he can get, and I think that's that sort of little bit of wordplay. It could just set you off on a path.
Yes.
It's not funny. It's not.
Fun guy.
Maybe he doesn't get it.
No, I get it.
You're laughing.
It's not funny.
Yeah. Well, laughing in spite of himself, which is often the best kind of laugh, isn't it?
Mm.
If you say it with Walter's joke, and we'll see how that sounds in your voice.
So how does it sound? How does the joke go?
Well, all you do is you do your joke, and then when you can feel it bombing, just to that point which you'll recognise when you can feel it bombing, you just kind of say, "I'm a fun guy."
Give that a go.
So I've got a problem with magic mushrooms. Discovered this problem when I was in the park. A friend of mine came up to me and said, "Omari, I think you've got a problem." He then picks up some bread and flew away. I'm a fun guy.
That's the punchline right there.
It doesn't make sense.
It's the bit of magic at the end, isn't it?
Funnily enough.
There's the magic.
There's the magic. You don't need the drugs.
Yeah.
There's the magic. He probably just needs some time to absorb this, and I think he'll.
I think it's a bad joke, completely.
Well, let's go for another. Let's try another one, and maybe we could work together a bit more on the next one.
Yeah.
So I've been dating recently.
I might make a cup of tea actually. Do you want a cup of
Yes,
tea,
I
Charlie?
love a cup of tea. Thank you very, very much.
No worries. Sorry, Charlie, there's no tea, mate, I'm afraid.
Oh, okay.
But I
That's
found a
all
bit
right.
of cake.
Cake.
Victoria sponge.
You found it. Where did you find it?
Just in the sort of cake area.
Cake. Okay. Oh. Yes. Well, I know.
That's
I
alright.
won't turn it down.
I've just eaten, so it's fine.
Okay. What? Okay. Let's go for another joke then.
Quite nice, isn't it?
It's nice. Well,
So
I hadn't had any yet. I just looked nice.
Good. I'll give you a moment.
yeah.
What would you say now, Charlie, having
Yeah.
had some?
So there's
Very raisin heavy. What are they? Cherries. There's cherries in there.
Yeah. Victoria sponge. It's nothing but the cherries.
Can we get back to the joke? Is that alright?
You've got somewhere to be.
No, not at all. I
We've
just,
got you until 2, haven't we?
Yeah.
What's happening at 2? Something's happening.
Well,
Uh,
I'd rather just
Cleaner's coming in at 2.
get my jokes.
Cleaner.
Cleaner's coming in at 2, yeah.
I've been dating recently, and
That's good.
find out a lot of women are into horoscopes and crystal meth.
Yeah, a lot of drugs.
And I didn't know. I haven't got a problem with crystal meth. It's the horoscopes I have a problem with. I didn't know I was a Gemini until I was on the date. The date was going well, and she asked me when my birthday was, and I said June the 11th, and she goes, and I said, what's wrong? What's the problem? And she goes, my ex is a Gemini,
Oh, dear.
and my brother is a Gemini, and they're both bad in bed.
You're a Gemini, aren't you, Charlie?
I used to be. Yeah. I did used to be. I changed to Capricorn. I thought it was more me.
Pardon?
Some people really believe it's a thing, don't they? I find those people are usually Libras, though. It's very Libra coded, isn't it? Horoscopes.
Right. Can you remember the joke he did? I've forgotten it.
Somebody was having sex. I remember that bit. I always remember that bit.
Oh, yeah.
No one's having sex.
Somebody had sex with their brother. Geminis, they're the twins, aren't they? That's the twin that's the sign of a Gemini. What if as well as the brother it was a twin, and then you're already in that ballpark, aren't you? But you're sort of raising the stakes now, aren't you? So it's more tension, more laughter, and it's a callback, that, isn't it? I think.
That's good advice Charlie's given you there.
I'll write it down.
So explain that again, sorry. So
I don't want to write the joke for you, but I went on a date. I'm a Gemini. I'm doing the Cliff Notes here. I went on a date. I'm talking as you, of course. I went on a date. I'm a Gemini. She said, I had sex with my twin. Laughter, laughter, laughter.
Laughter, yeah. You could take a little swig of water like comedians do when the laughter's rolling along.
And you know what? I will, because I feel I've done something there, haven't I?
So you've earned that Buxton.
again. I appreciate the feedback. I really do appreciate it.
I should get the label
But
for our sponsor, shouldn't I? I should drink it like that.
Have you been to Buxton?
It's in Derbyshire, isn't it?
Pretty town.
I've not been. No, I've been near. I've been
Sorry.
to Derbyshire.
What, climbing or walking? A lot of people walk.
I also went to the Peak District. Castleton. That's in Derbyshire as well, I think.
I was going to ask if you're good in bed, Omari.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with the joke.
Because a good night's sleep is important, isn't it? Especially for comedy, because then you're more in the moment. You're more switched on.
Attuned
What was that
to the room, I think, if you've had a good night's sleep.
Absolutely. Oh.
What was that got to do with the joke? What was that?
Well, you said that your ex and her brother were both good in bed, and it just it reminded me how important it got. You've still got crumbs.
I have
from
them
haven't
all
you?
over me, aren't they? I seem to do this a lot.
So I think they show more on the black T-shirt.
It's unfortunate.
Maybe if I warned you about the colour of the cake in advance, you could choose your T-shirt. Have you got another joke, Omari? Let's keep it rolling. Do you want another joke?
Yeah, that's why I'm here, isn't it?
Completely. Good.
That's why we're here. We're here for the jokes, aren't we?
Mm. You're going to do that in like a spiral.
I'm trying. Yes, the rind isn't very. It's come off in a few different pieces. Usually I can do it in one, but this one is. Oh, I've squashed it all over myself there. The actress said to the bishop.
Takes me back.
Do any of you do you do comedy? Or?
I feel envious of these guys in some ways.
I've already eaten, so.
Because doing the small rooms, the open mics, kind of, dozen, 20 people in a room. Wonderful, wasn't it?
Yes, I remember those days. I remember them well, like it was yesterday.
We should be more grateful, I suppose. But the big venues, it's not the same. It's not the same intimacy, is it?
No.
I used to do 10-minute sets, room 20 or 30. You could hear a pin drop in there. Might try and make the pip squeak.
We'll write that down.
Jot that down.
Wordplay again, isn't it?
Sorry. You said that you performed to 20 and 30 people.
In the olden days, we did.
And you could hear a pin drop.
Yeah.
Electric, the atmosphere.
Electric. An attentive audience.
Everyone hanging on every word.
Did they laugh?
Great days. Fantastic days.
Yeah.
So they didn't laugh.
What's that? What have you written there?
I've written pipsqueak.
Oh, pipsqueak. One word. Yes, I suppose it is one word.
Well, you could write it as two, couldn't you? You could do that. And then it's two side by side. But if you're...
Have you guys ever...
Portmanteau, that's what they call it, isn't it? Two words together.
Like portmanteau.
Yes. Where were we? Sorry, we went on a bit of a tangent there, didn't we?
You've done that a few times.
Have we?
Since I've been here.
Over to you. Joke number 3, I think it is.
Take it away.
I recently moved back to England after living in Spain for 4.5 days, and I feel like everything has changed.
Right. Okay. Well, you weren't there for very long, were you? I find often if I travel, the first day you're sort of finding your bearings, aren't you? I wouldn't count that as a day.
No. So
And
that's
then
down to 3.5.
And the day you come back, you're sort of worried about the flight, aren't you, and packing.
Mm.
So that's a day gone as well. You were only there for 2 days, really, I'd say.
What about Venice? I think Venice would be more suitable because you can see a lot of Venice in a couple of days. A lovely city.
Yes, a efficient city break. Makes more sense than... Spain's a large country, isn't it?
You're missing the...
Slightly spoiled by the canals.
Yeah,
Spain.
Venice.
You've digressed into tangents about travelling and things that have no relation to the joke.
It was you that talked about travelling, Omari. I don't want to
You
start
brought that
an
up.
argument.
Conversation is about give and take, isn't it?
At its best, it is, yeah.
People complain about billionaires
They do.
when they've got no money, but the moment you start making money, you stop caring about
Was there something about Jeff Bezos?
Yeah. Yeah, there was.
Okay.
Good. I'm going to jot that down.
Yes.
Jeff with a J, I think. I'm confused by this one.
Let's have it again. Why don't you read it out?
Okay.
Let's see if that changes anything.
Okay. Shall I use charisma?
Yes. Turn it up to 11.
Okay. People complain more about billionaires when they're poor. Yeah? Is that good?
Sorry, keep going over here. I went into
People complain more about billionaires when they're poor. The moment you make a little bit of money, people care less and less. I currently complain how much money I don't have, and this is all Jeff Bezos' fault. Is that yeah? Good. Okay. So maybe if you just do it and try and use a bit more of my.
Yes.
Did you see that delivery? That's. I shouldn't really be saying this, but
no, say it.
well, it's experience.
May I hear one of your jokes? You guys.
That's a great idea. We could pick things up, couldn't we? I came up with a joke earlier. I was going to try actually later tonight. I like coleslaw. Yes, I'm a big fan of coleslaw, but I don't know how to eat it. I'm always a bit confused about how to eat it. It sort of arrives at the table, and I think, is this a condiment or is it a salad? You know, what am I supposed to do with that? I don't know whether to spread it or dip it.
Spread it or dip it.
You like that?
Where's the joke?
I love it.
Yes.
Where was the joke? That was more of a fool.
It nicely references other spread it or dip it jokes.
It does, doesn't it? There's a whole sort of area of that kind of comment,
genre.
isn't it? Yeah.
But then where was the joke? There was no joke. He's just said what he thinks. There's no joke.
Often that is comedy. You got to go out there and you've got to say what you think. And in this case, I was thinking about coleslaw.
And you've said it without fear or favour.
Let me know how that goes down when you try it tonight.
I have an idea of how it's going to go down. I think it will go down very well.
I can see that. I can see that audience now, rocking.
That's probably one of those ones where you hear a pin drop. I used to work at Amazon.
Did you?
Going to Amazon was like the 7 stages of grief. So the first one is like, denial. When you say like, you're telling yourself you don't want to be there. You don't want to be there. And then you get there and you're like, oh no, it's fine. And so I've actually forgotten the 7 stages. It's been a long time since I've used that joke.
Okay.
But
so that's the punchline, is it?
yeah, the punchline is that it's like
You've forgotten.
7 stages of grief.
That's an odd punchline,
It
isn't
is
it?
strange,
Unusual.
isn't it? You sort of get up there and you say, these are the 7 stages.
No, I don't.
I've forgotten.
It's an avant-garde joke, I think.
I think you're right, yes. I think you are right.
What does that mean?
I'm not sure.
Trying something big. Trying something
Experimental. Fun.
I like it. I actually like that one.
I do.
That one's very
7
good.
stages and we only get one.
Yes, it's sort
Keep
of
the audience.
leaving everyone wondering, what was it? What was it going to be? And that is funny, isn't it? It's very funny. Say it again.
No, I mean, I genuinely know, as in I forgot the joke. It was a long time.
No, wait.
Good a second time as well. Yeah.
That wasn't the joke.
Yeah.
That's not the joke. The joke is I forgot.
It's a good joke.
What if you forgot your other jokes? Let's go back to some
That's
of them.
interesting.
Let's go back to
That
some of
is
them.
interesting.
Because that's a technique that could be yours. You could use that
Like a joke.
again and again.
I'm not going to use that.
Try it. What else?
I've got a problem with, and then you could just say I can't actually remember what I've got a problem with. Try that. Do you think?
Yes, that we worked with that one. What about the other ones?
I'm not going to do that.
I've noticed a lot of. I can't remember what it was. I noticed a lot of. So I worked with that one.
Yes, yeah.
I've recently done something, but I can't remember what it was. That it works with all of them.
It does, yes.
So good. You see how Charlie's helped you out there?
Did you have any closing thoughts? Do you have anything else?
No.
Okay. Well, we'll say thank you to Omari.
Please don't.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming in. These chairs are actually really comfortable. Very nice, aren't they?
Pleasure. Absolute pleasure.
Is it gone?